Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sandra?
Oh, Sandy. That's me.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandra Bragg. I'm a ratepayer and I live in Bishopdale. I've gone through the submission and answered it in the same order that it's written. I do not believe that the council have got the balance right for what ratepayers and non-ratepayers need, and of greater importance, with what is affordable in the timeframes outlined in the consultation document for the draft LTP 2024 to 34. In my opinion, there should be no cost cutting in respect of our recreation and sports facilities, the 20 libraries and library services. All of these provide essential benefits, resources, education to old and young in our community. Moving on to the proposed increase in rates. Council claim that increases for residential, business and rural clients result from prudent, careful investigation of all facets, whereas I read reports of wasteful and premature spending. I urge the Council to revisit the Parks and Foreshore and heritage projects and the costings published. I have to carefully prioritise my spending to choose what I can and cannot afford. Please show all ratepayers deserved respect and stop wasteful spending. Surely Council cannot ignore the fact that rate increases in whatever amount with the permanently rising costs of living will cause immeasurable hardship, and for many in our community an inability to pay the increases. I concur with the Council's new rating category 7/2022 relating to commercially zoned vacant land in the CBD and other zones accounting for more than 10%. Council service these locations, yet the owners, despite enjoying increases in the value of their land, the activities, services and everything else provided to fully participating and paying ratepayers, why should these owners not be charged the same rates as owners who have invested in permanent homes on occupied land? Now to fees and charges. I agree that visitors to Hagley Park, Botanic Gardens and perhaps other well-patronised venues should be happy to pay a parking fee. I suggest between $2 and $4 maximum. Minimum charge with appropriate notices and effective security cameras installed would seem very acceptable. Operational spending. Ratepayers have limited choice or input in this category. I move on now to the capital programme. I do not consider that Council are prioritising the right things. I believe a thorough review of the proposals and expenditure is warranted. Many of the listed projects are surely not of immediate priority. I deplore the speed of constant changes, some proving inappropriate and or unworkable, many with minimum community consultation or input. Involvement from professionals whose knowledge and expertise could be invaluable would seem sensible. Existing practices cause distrust, lack of empowerment and unnecessary stress to ratepayers and others entitled to be considered. Additional opportunity and options to Council's main proposal. I support Council reducing or changing some of the services provided, reviewing grants funding and increasing or reducing fees for some services. Please do this with a constant focus on reducing rates increases. I am of the opinion that Council budgets are out of date or certainly do not match costings and realistic timeframes for identified projects. Please do not withhold crucial information from your ratepayers and forge ahead with pipeline dreams and projects and costings. Major event funding. I support an increase to the bid funding as detailed on the submission form. Why? Already venues Otatahi indicate it would be possible to reprioritise its operational budget to safeguard the venue's names. Whenever Christchurch is fortunate to host major events, business and music events, it is imperative that we are prepared, ready, and perfectly resourced to host, accommodate, and welcome every lucrative approach. Tikaha Stadium must surely start hosting from its opening date. An appropriate funding, pre-approved for that, is important, as it has amazing potential to bring significant money and investment to our city. Climate change.
How are we going there, Sandra? Time-wise?
Got a wee bit more.
No, I'm sorry. We've got this on our screens already. I'm sorry, we're way out of time. So thank you very much for coming in. I'll have to stop you there.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you. Okay, Yvonne, please.